Join us at Rare Evo, the top blockchain conference, August 6th through 10th, 2025, at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. The top blockchain projects like Algorand, Midnight, HBAR, ICP, Thorchain, and Igon, and many more are going to be there. This is definitely a must for blockchain enthusiasts and fans. Use discount code CryptoNightly to save on your tickets and to support the channel. Don't miss it. We can't wait to see you there. It's going to be a blast. Hello.
What's up?
This is still weird when I'm on that side, bro.
Right?
What's up? How you doing, man? Happy Memorial Day.
Yes. If you are out there, thank you for your service.
Yes,
for sure.
Thank you for your service. And what's up there, Patriot? And what's up? Yo, welcome back. What's up?
What's up, guys?
Patriot, shout out to you guys. Thank you all for joining us. Well, so we were just talking, as we do. And Desert said, well, looks like we'll find out tomorrow. We'll be back for a while. And I said, yeah, except for that I'm leaving the first week of June and the last week of June. So beyond that, right, we're good. But
we might still be good, guys. I have no idea. I go back to work tomorrow. Same company. But I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, he knows what he's doing. He has no idea what he's going to be doing at work when he gets there on Monday, and what his schedule will be like or tomorrow.
I know I'm leaving my house at 4:15 in the morning for an hour commute. And I know I'm not going to be home until at least 5:30 p.m. every day because it's like an hour and a half commute back. So that doesn't give me a lot of time to get prepared for the show, but we will work something out. We are not going away, even if we're putting out like updates like I did a few weeks ago or something. We are going to keep you guys informed. We are still intent on building this channel. So
yes. And we were already talking about it. If I've got to, film a video at 4:30 in the morning before I go into work, or the afternoon, which is still 3 hours earlier than California. So I mean, like maybe like 2 o'clock California time, and then you get one in the later time. We might do that as well. But hope everybody's been doing well. Lots of good things, big things have been going on in crypto. So we just wanted to do a little.
You know what though? Maybe we should just cancel the show. And hear me out. Every time we go on hiatus, Bitcoin goes to the moon, bro.
I mean, it has, and it's been pretty crazy. We've been messaging each other throughout this time. We're like, holy crap. Yeah. Bitcoin is not just above 100,000, but I mean, I can't remember who it was. It might have been, it was Alex Becker. Alex Becker said 115,000 tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
It's possible. I was looking, everything's been so crazy with the move and everything, but I was looking at the charts a little bit earlier today, and I'm seeing a lot of charts bottomed out. I did see a good tweet from Lark though. It's like Bitcoin pumps to all-time high. Alts don't do anything. Bitcoin drops 1%. Alts get decimated. Bitcoin pumps back up to 111. Alts don't do anything. That's just where we're at right now.
100%. 100%. Gonna miss y'all, but hey, BTC is gonna moon. Yeah, no, love it. Baby. We're definitely not gonna be away for that long anymore. We're just getting situated. We both have had big things in our lives change, so we're here. We're not going away. We're staying. Got good news. Bunch of stuff going on in the background. Exciting news, hopefully, to have for you guys in the next, in the next soon, right? At some point.
Soon, yes.
The next soon. And we're gonna be let's go ahead and do market update, and then we'll talk about some of the stuff that's going on in the news. Today's gonna be a shorter episode, right? Because we are pretty much working all the time. It's almost
Right.
like 16, 17-hour days. I don't know what's going on. Why do we have to work so much, Des? Let's quit. Let's just stop. Let's just. I was
Because
telling somebody the other day while I was handing them their coffee at Starbucks. I was like, she was like, "How's your day?" I was like, "Well, the other day I was talking to my parents and I said that I'm gonna quit all my jobs and I'm gonna just travel the world for like 4 years. I'm gonna just dip into my trust fund." And then my parents laughed themselves to tears because joke is I don't have a trust fund. But so the
right.
lady was looking at me, right? And she was just like, "Oh, that's a really good idea. You really should do that." And I was just like, yeah, she can't relate.
No.
There's so many people that come through my drive-through with Rolexes, and just in case you guys don't know, the cheapest Rolex is $5,000. And you know, I will just say, working a whole month at Starbucks, you're probably not getting $5,000. So,
Right.
yeah. But anyways, on that
All
grind,
right. Let's
John,
check the
maybe
market
you need
then.
to get a cat and sail to Hawaii. That somebody was telling me about that, and Annapolis is the sailboat capital of the world, so it's the place to do it.
Now say that again?
Annapolis, Maryland is like the sailboat capital of the world.
Well, you're not going to sail to Hawaii from Annapolis.
I mean, the bay, right? I could go into the ocean from here. Michael Saylor pulls up his yacht pretty close whenever the sailboat races are going on.
I'm just saying, you only got 2 options or 3 options. I'm sorry. 3 options. You can go around the bottom of Africa and go that way. You can go around the bottom of South America and go that way. Both are extremely deadly. Or you can go through the Panama Canal. That's the only way you're getting to Hawaii from Annapolis.
Well, I hear the Panama Canal is nice, Panama Canal, right? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
All right, but anyways, shout out to everybody. Thank you all for joining us. We're glad to see you guys here. We have taken some time off, but it's been constructive, so we appreciate you. Shout out to Jay Coco. Big love to you. And let's check out what's going on in the market. Like we said, this is going to be a little bit of a quicker episode because tomorrow we kind of figure out what life might look like as far as the show. And we're sorry we've been messing up the schedules, but we're not going away. So
life happens, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we were sold a lie and we are not crypto rich, so we cannot just sit on the internet all day.
It's true. Yeah.
But all right, before we do that, everybody do us a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, tap that notification bell. If you're on Twitter, tag some DGens, give us a repost. We bring you the daily news nightly.
Boom.
Notice I didn't say that other part because I don't know if it's true. Why? What happened? Oh, I guess I got to actually add it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I did everything else except for add it to the screen. All right, everybody. So let's check it out. Market cap coming in at 3.55 trillion, down 1.6 on the day. Extremely low volume, of course. It's Memorial Day. It's like a Sunday. So 93 billion. Bitcoin dominance at 61.2. Ethereum is dropped back down to 8.71 and less than 1 GWei to send an ETH transaction. Coming down here, we got Bitcoin coming in at 109,441. I know it's so disappointing, right? Oh no, we're crashing. We hit 100. See, like even my dogs are upset. If you guys can hear that, but even they're upset. We're only at 109, up 0.4% on the day. Ethereum coming in at 2565, up 0.5. XRP at 231, down 1.3. BNB at 674, down 0.7. So what happened? Solana at 175, down 0.4. Doge at 2262, up 0.7. Cardano at 7605, up 0.2. Tron at 2738, up 0.6. And where is SWI? 350 at number 14, down 2.8. So it didn't drop a lot. Look at this. Look at Hype. Look at Hyperliquid. I seen a tweet today that said whales are buying hyperliquid like they know something we don't. And then we come here and all of a sudden, not is it in the top 20, it's in the top 15, up 40% on the week. That's crazy. So let's look at the biggest gainers. Jupiter is up 10.7, Quant up 10.4. Oh, Quant's back above 100. Token exchange up 9.3, Uniswap up 5.4, Virtual's at 5.3, Injective up 4.7, and so on. So not a lot of big gainers, but it is nice to see Jupiter in the double digits. Quant, I'm not a big Quant fan, but not that they're a bad project. It's just not. It's not a sexy project. It's
I
more
will say I used to really love Quant. I felt like it made a lot of sense because Quant was supply chain management, and this was for huge industry partners, or like huge, like big enterprises, right? That
right.
was what this was supposed to be. But I agree. Since that narrative took off and it did very well, I think I haven't heard anything about it since then.
And it's a B. So being for enterprise and being a B2B play, it's just not. Nobody really cares, right? I mean, look at like us. Vet last cycle. It wasn't, So Fartcoin down 4.5, WorldCoin down 4.2, Hype having a little bit of retracement down 3.8, Monero, Bonk, Sui, not too many losers. Not too many losers. We're at 3.5 trillion. That is a nice place to be going into the end of May. So let's look at the pre-market real quick. So let's refresh it real quick. All right. So Dow futures rise 400 points after Trump announces extension on EU tariff. The tariff is going to be 50%, and he decided to delay it. So apparently Dow futures, the Dow's up 349 points pre-market, S&P up 52, NASDAQ up 203, and then oil and the 10-year are in the negative. Let's look at Asia, though. So Australia's flat. Japan is down 0.27. Japan is getting ready to inject $900 billion. No. Is that right? I think it's $900 billion into their economy. I don't know if I tagged that in one of our bookmarks or something. But either way, Japan's getting ready to inject a bunch of money into their economy.
No, you did. It's like 6.8 billion, I think it is.
Okay, that's a far cry from 900 billion. So.
I mean, like maybe it is. No. But I was pretty sure it's like 6.8 billion. It's not like as crazy.
Yeah, but still 6.8 billion. That's 6.8 billion in liquidity getting ready to get injected into the Japanese market. So we got Hong Kong and Shanghai are both positive. They're pretty flat, but still positive. And then India has not changed. So that's what we got for the market update today.
Well, now I am lacking because I got distracted. So now to make up for it, it is 6.3. Okay, so it's 900 billion yen. So you were right. But that's
where billion. I mean, I don't know. I was like, man, I can't be that far off. I know I see 900.
No. Yeah.
Okay. So 900 billion yen equaling 6 point whatever $billion. Okay.
So that makes more sense. It right here.
Yeah, so that makes more sense.
900 billion yen. So you were right. 900 billion. Just not dollars.
In their native currency, yes.
Awesome. And then so well, I'm not even gonna read that one. We'll talk about it. But bullish, JP Morgan plans to allow their 90 million customers to buy Bitcoin. And this is funny. And I feel like a lot of times Martini guy is like late to the punch with news, or it's kind of like clickbait. But JP Morgan has been offering Bitcoin to its high net worth customers since 2013. So this is exciting. Now poor people can own Bitcoin with JP Morgan now too. So shout out to poor people. Now we can have Bitcoin with JP Morgan, a custodian who's going to hold all our Bitcoin also. Right? Completely opposite to the entire ethos of crypto, but most people don't read anymore. So it is what it is. So this was the biggest crazy thing that happened earlier today. Well, this was a few days ago, but there was an attacker that stole approximately $223 million from Cetus Protocol. They took some action. Basically, with centralized control, they were able to coordinate with the node operators, because there's only like 160 or something node operators, and they were able to freeze 162 million of the funds. So they're trying to figure out what they're going to do right now. But this has basically been a massive problem because people are mad. People are mad no matter what they do at this point because, one, it's supposed to be code is law and a decentralized exchange, but it's not very decentralized if they're able to freeze the money that was stolen. So there are people that are upset about that because this means that everything that they thought where this was a decentralized protocol is a lie. They were able to freeze the money. So it means if they can do it with this instance, they can do it in other instances. And so there's really no easy or good way out of this, but we hold some funds in Cetus, and we're not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. I believe that Sui could have been.
We did sell our Cetus though.
Yes, the Cetus that we didn't have locked, we did sell it because this is what happens around these events, right? And yeah, but I'm not worried about Cetus. Cetus is the biggest DEX on Sui. I think Sui has plenty of money, so they'll step in if they need to. But also, I believe that the Cetus team will figure it out. Even if they have to freeze all the funds and then just issue new tokens and then put them wherever they need to actually go and fix the problem.
Well, let's clear something up here though. This was not a hack on the Sui network, everybody. Yeah. This was a flaw within, what do they call it? The math library of Cetus.
Yep.
So the Sui network, the move language, none of that was compromised. The exchange was compromised. Something in their smart contract, something to do with their math library. I'm sure Aaron could tell you what happened, but he's not here. So
he's not here. I'm gonna have to ask him. I'm gonna have to ask him for the breakdown next time because he'll be like, "Oh, you know, that meme of what the Hangover?
Yeah.
With all the numbers.
Oh, the calculus thing. Yeah.
Or originally, what that was from Rain Man, right?
Well, no, that scene wasn't in Rain Man, but yeah, Rain Man. 246, 246 toothpicks, 246.
Okay.
And then they look in the box and there's only 4 left and it's like a box of 300 or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. Classic movie, bro, if you've never seen it.
I've never watched it the whole way through.
Classic.
I think I've watched pieces of it, but yeah, definitely need to. But I understand the gist. So shout out to Cetus and Sui. Again, we believe in Sui. I think that it's going to do well. I also like the experience of Sui, but this happened with Cetus, and Cetus is on Sui. So take that for what it's worth. But just make sure that you know what's going on if you're invested in these things, right?
I would go as far as to say that if you're underexposed in Sui, it may be a good time to buy while the FUD is high.
Yeah, I agree.
When I sold my personal Cetus, I put it into Sui, and although Sui has came down a little bit since then, it's came down a lot less than Cetus. And then we sold our cumulative Cetus and did the same thing with Sui. So
100%. Yes, so I'm gonna show this one. I thought that this was actually like one of my favorite things that I saw. Not crypto, but kind of. First humanoid boxing match takes place in China, and it's pretty cool. 4 Unitree robots battled it out in a fighting competition controlled by human operators in an event reminiscent of 2011's Real Steel. So I wish we actually had a video here, but we do. Oh.
钻击小将胸口，再来一下，这回又打中了硬肋啊！现在咱还真不能说软肋。哎呀呀呀！
Ooh, that's gotta hurt doing the splits.
哇，这边已经格斗了，这不是纯的拳击了。接下来准备螺丝起来。对。比赛结束。哇，牛了
Man, bro, we got up pretty quick too.
Yeah.
Another one. But yeah.
Cool.
Anyways, I like this. I said this before that I wish that what was it called? It was like the BattleBots.
Yeah, BattleBots.
Had BattleBots, but like an international version, like the Olympics, but like nations make the most badass robots and then they fight each other, like blowing each other up, whatever. Like that's what I wish. I want nations.
You're talking like
best money.
Like full size or full like tanks and stuff.
I'm saying like they can be that size, but I don't want them to be like soft. You know what I mean? I want them to be like, I want our national security to go against another country's national security. And like, you know, maybe there's a limitation to the size of these things, right? And like, I just think it needs to be cool. I want to watch some things really throw down. Like I want the edge of military technology on a national stage to be fighting each other on a national stage. I think that'd be crazy. But
that'd be awesome.
You know, even private companies, like I think that would be fun and cool. It's not unethical.
Get Boston Dynamic and DARPA, get them together and hit them against something, whoever China's technology company is, you know?
Yeah. Alibaba and I don't know,
there you go.
And Temu, you know.
I've been seeing a lot less Temu ads ever since this China thing. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, definitely true. Oh my god. I think that really there were a couple of things that really caught my eye. There are a lot of criticisms of people being mad about the Trump dinner. I personally think that I just think that President Trump sometimes doesn't have the most tact. He's not the most tactful. He's not exactly the best at navigating situations with, I don't know, respectful, responsible care sometimes. And so I think that maybe that was not a good idea, but he wanted to do it and he does what he wants and, you know, cool. I mean, Hester Pierce, she was saying that she thinks it's a bad look, the meme coin. And I mean, the top 25. Oh, this was a cool thing about that, though. You know who was one of those top 25 holders of his token that got to have lunch with him? Justin Sun. And I thought it was so funny because, dude, so I'm not going to say what you would say, but we'll say MSNBC and other news sources that tend to participate in a similar perspective of echoing each other's thoughts. They were so mad. And all of them, I watched all of them. I saw it. It's like, and guess who showed up at the White House? A crypto mogul who spent $6 million on a banana, then ate it because money is just laughable. I was just like, wow. And then they didn't have his name, but they had it like in, so you know, well, I don't know, Pokemon and maybe Scooby-Doo sometimes. They'll have like the silhouette.
Oh, right.
Then the title and then the name and the person come up. And so that was how they had it. Like he was an evil villain. And like before it even, when they said banana, I said Justin Sun. And before the banana, I said, I bet it's Justin Sun. My mom goes, "Who's Justin Sun?" And then they put him up, and it's like, Justin Sun. And I was like,
there he is.
I'm not surprised. And my mom is like, "Who is that?" I was like, honestly, probably one of the dirtiest people in crypto, to be honest. Like, I don't know. Like, of course he was going to be there. And he might not have even held the token. Like, he was probably invited, to be honest.
Right.
He's just one of those guys. But so I thought that was interesting. Beyond that, let's see. I'm probably have just a couple more bookmarks. I thought this was cool. Cardano is going to integrate RLUSD for free, which, I mean, I don't think that part is very interesting because it's like RLUSD makes money off fees.
Right.
So they benefit from that. And so it makes sense. Why wouldn't they want to go to an ecosystem? And we need a stablecoin with a lot of liquidity. So why wouldn't they come here? Right. I think that's cool. I like this. I think this is a positive direction. I wished, and I said, I think we both mentioned that this would happen a while ago. So Polygon's co-founder steps down, marking the third founder exit. I bet the price is going to go down. We've been talking about it. Like, Polygon was one that had such an amazing marketing, had such a great team, had recruited a whole bunch of projects, and then we saw all the projects leaving Polygon and going to Ronin and other blockchains. So it's really interesting. I wonder what's going on behind the scenes, but I feel like they just had a lot of hype, and then, like, if you can't maintain the hype, then it's gone.
I don't know if this is the same dude, but one of the founders of Polygon was asked, I don't know if it was like 22 or 23. He was asked, it was right around the upgrade to when Ethereum upgraded for speed, the scalability. I can't remember what it was. Whatever, you had the purge, the surge, the merge, the whatever the hell they were doing. And he was asked, well, do you think that layer 2s are going to be obsolete when Ethereum scales? He's like, no. We'll always have a place. We're going to be here because it'll always need a second layer to create more transactions. And then we'll just compound the scalability that Ethereum's doing. And Polygon's not really living up to it. So I don't know what happened. Like you said.
Yeah, I mean, you can't say that, like, layer 2s aren't going away. We have, like, Optimism is crushing. I think Arbitrum and Base are crushing. I just don't know what happened to Polygon. It was so big. It was such a titan. Like, I wish that I did know. I wish I could figure out where they went wrong and, like, why all these founders left. Because obviously, I don't know. When you see a bunch of founders leave, there's two reasons. Either the project got to the place where it no longer needs them, or they're getting out while the getting's good and they got a better offer somewhere else.
Right.
So, yeah. And then just in, major banks, including JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, are exploring to issue a joint crypto stablecoin per Wall Street Journal. But, yeah, I think these are older ones we probably talked about already. But that's what I got. Don't have too much right now.
So Polygon is coming in at 22 cents.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. It is like the only watch. I mean, we're gonna go to charts real quick anyway, so I might as well just show this. Look at that. So this is the weekly. It has no recovery on the weekly, and look, it's getting ready to dump further. Look at the Stokes are super overbought.
Sheesh.
They need to reset. So, and it's not even doing nothing. It barely had. It pumped from 15 cents to 22 cents, and so right here, wherever this is right here, had a 25% pump. And it's already getting ready to reverse. So yeah, Polygon, as far as, remember, an all-time high was way up here, about 278 or so. What is it? Or 290? Yeah. So that's, I mean, look, this is the beginning way back here. Yeah. Polygon, I believe, is it's dead. Everybody keeps leaving it, like you said. So I don't know.
And nobody's talking about Polygon. Everybody
No.
was talking about Polygon before.
Yeah. Yep. Even Aaron's a Polygon guy, and even he said that he hasn't really been doing anything. He likes Mantle, doesn't he?
I think that he likes a whole lot of things. He was just saying that he felt like he really liked the Polygon team. He thought that they were really great at everything that they were doing, and the way that they were treating people in their circle and the way they were getting new people in. But that was a while ago, right?
Right.
This would have been last cycle. So, yeah, I don't know.
It might be one of those, you know what they say, first mover advantage. I mean, look at MySpace. MySpace ain't around no more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they were like the first, you know, layer 2 future of blah, 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 blah. And then all these other people just came up right behind them with ZK Snark, ZK roll up, optimistic roll ups, you know.
Bro, it still exists.
What?
MySpace.
Does it really?
Yeah.
You know,
I've
never had a MySpace account.
Yeah. It still exists.
I've never had one.
I probably can't even get into my old MySpace, but like that's just crazy to imagine.
Right.
Wonder if I can find myself. Anyways.
Yeah.
MySpace. What a time. What a time to be alive.
Like I had friends and everything that had MySpace accounts, but I just never got into it, and then I got popped. So by the time I got out, MySpace didn't exist and Facebook was all the rage.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
I think that it's just like I feel like it's just music centric now.
Could be. I mean, I don't even know anything about it. I know you had to like set up certain things, and I don't know.
It used to be Facebook is really what it was. Facebook before Facebook.
But it was like fully customizable, right? Like
yeah. You had to like okay, so you wanted to make your page however you wanted. And you would go to like another website that would have all these different like animations, cute little designs, glitter words, fonts, whatever, and you would copy and paste the literal HTML.
Mm-hmm.
Like you'd be like, I like it, and it would be like copy. So you'd copy and paste the HTML, and then you would put that on the file. So like it's just text. Like whenever you're editing your page, and then so you copy this, put this here, and then other people would see it on your page. So you were actually like coding. You were actually coding your own MySpace, your own space, and you could have music play when they came to your space. You know, the whole thing.
Dude is laughing all the way to the bank because he sold at the top and never looked back. What was his name? Was like Dan or something like that.
Smart guy. Smart guy
for sure. All right, let's look at the charts real quick. I don't really have a bunch to go over. Whoops. But we will take a gander real quick and we will look. So let's get off of the weekly. Although the weekly looks a little topped out on old Bitcoin, but the problem is it was topped out here back in November and still ran for like, you know, another 3-4 weeks. So, and then it took the dip to where we're at now and then back up. But let's look at the daily, because I was looking at the daily earlier. The daily still looks like it's poised for another move. So if you go down to the 4-hour, I got this channel drawn on the 4-hour.
Alex Becker said the channel tomorrow.
Do what?
Alex Becker said 1:15 tomorrow.
I mean, it's possible. It is possible. I'm looking at the 4-hour. We're in this channel. falling wedge or this falling channel. And on the 4 hour, the Stokes are pointed down, so it'd be nice to see them reset, but they could reset in the middle of the night. I mean, this is 5 a.m. way out here, you know, so they could definitely reset, and then we get a big pump tomorrow. Because when we go to the daily, the Stokes have bottomed out. You know, we went up, we hit, you know, 111, 112. I think 112 was our high, right? 112 even on that one. And yeah, 112 even is what I'm showing right here on Coinbase. So we hit 112, we come back down, and then now we're going up a little bit, but we're having a little bit of a red day today. But you got to take today kind of like a Sunday, because there was no trading today. It's Memorial Day. You know, markets just reopened. But Stokes are reset, looking good. It looks like we started to hit on Saturday, and we're getting ready to spike, or on Sunday, getting ready to spike up. Then today we were a little green, and then right now, the past 2.5 hours, we've dipped 0.6%. So the Stokes are still bottomed out. That's good on the daily, on the long term. And then I was going down, and I was looking at a lot of these other ones. Same thing. Look at SWE. So SWE is bouncing off the 200. We need the 200 to hold on the daily. It's also in a falling channel. Stokes are definitely in the oversold, have definitely reset. So as long as we hold this 200 on the daily, you know, I expect at least a bounce up to the top of the channel, you know, at about 375 or something like that. But I think SWE's just waiting for its next leg up. I think this whole debacle, you can see right here, this is about the big dump on Friday. So this is about where the CEDIS thing came out. So SWE dumped, and it just came down, and it was already reset. You can see it was starting to come up, and then just a couple days later, boom, it just floored them. So I still expect that to bounce. Cardano getting rejected off of the 200 over the past couple days, but Stokes are reset in the falling channel. Just need to get back above the 21 and then regain that 82 cent. And then I think we're going right up to $1 or right up to 99, provided Bitcoin stays healthy the rest of the month and everything like that. Bitcoin dumps, alts are going to get demolished. XRP's looking about the same way. It's actually in this like descending triangle, if you look at it, but you can see the Stokes are definitely reset. We are touching the 200 on the daily. We have lost the 21. We're touching the 200 on the daily. So we need to see a bounce off that. It looks like we are getting ready to get a golden cross on the 50 and the 200 right here. You can see the death cross was back here, and now we're getting ready to come, and we need that to flip up above that. Ondo, you know, really low. The Stokes are really low down here, so it's just kind of bouncing. And that's pretty much the same for everything, you know, when we're coming down. I expect that we're going to just keep trudging along. Was that the top was it the top for the cycle? No. There's no way I believe that was the top for the cycle. Was that the relief rally or the little bull trap for this era, for this quarter? It could be. It could be. That's why I told you guys 2 weeks ago, if you're in coins that you really don't have any conviction in and you're underwater, get out of them on this pump, or take profit at least. Take a little bit of profit, you know, get some money back, wait, see what's going on. There's always going to be a dip. Always going to be a dip. So.
And I don't want to push anyone anywhere, but I do want to say that Jason Appleton reposted something, his last repost, and it caught my attention. So shout out to Crypto Crow. Everybody out there, if you're thinking about maybe checking something out that I didn't know anything about before I saw this, I looked into it a little bit. I can't vouch or guarantee, but you know, there might still be opportunities and things to look at this cycle.
Now I gotta look.
Now you gotta look. But that's what we got, guys. We'll see you guys very soon. We'll let you all know what's going on, but we appreciate you all joining us. This is Crypto Nightly, where we bring you the daily news nightly. There you go.
That's it.
We'll see you guys on the next one. Join us at Rare Evo, the top blockchain conference, August 6th through 10th, 2025, at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. The top blockchain projects like Algorand, Midnight, HBAR, ICP, Thorchain, and Igon, and many more are going to be there. This is definitely a must for blockchain enthusiasts and fans. Use discount code CryptoNightly to save on your tickets and to support the channel. Don't miss it. We can't wait to see you there. It's going to be a blast.